example, engine. So this is the repository and this is the folders. So here he can store everything. So this is your GitHub repository. And this is the GitHub repository. And now there is your local computer, right? In which you have opened VS Code or anything. So your folder is there. Suppose folder. So now you have to, like, there are many users like this, like 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 users are there working on same like code. We are collaborating and developing a code. So suppose one person will initialize the repo. Like I need to push something to this, like hello world program or anything. Like first you have to push it to GitHub so that everyone can take a pull. Like he will push it. This is called push. Like you are uploading, matlab push, and they will download it. That is called pull. So these are the things. So first, when he is pushing, what he will do is he has to tell, like there will be one URL, like this is a URL. So he needs to specify the URL, like that is called remote. What is my remote? Like this is my origin, and you have to go it here. So that is initialized. So for example, if I'm making a new repo, like for tech table test, I'm making it private, create. I've created a repo in GitHub. So now using this get remote add origin. So I am telling it that this is my URL and my repository is over here. Now you have to sync it with this. So what happens? You are adding a remote. Remote is a URL. So I'm adding remote add means you are adding an origin. This is the name. Like I can add origin 1, origin 2, origin 3, n number of origin or any name like my origin, anything. So this is the name of the remote. So I am adding this. Now I am pushing. Like once I have added it, first get in it. So first of all, you have to tell that this repo is a GitHub repository. So get in it, and it will be in command prompt, like get in it, like this. And this is not needed for now. Just skip these. So now you added that you told that your local repository that your online repository is on this URL. Now you have to commit like get add dot. Now you will give get add dot. Dot means like all the files. Add means you have to add all the files. Like I need all the files to be uploaded, so I am adding all the files. Now second thing you will commit get commit slash m and message any message hello or anything random message. M stands for dash M stands for message, and there is a space in between everything. So get commit this. So this is your commit message, and the message you are typing over here should be proper. Like if I am fixing a bug, fix a name bug, anything. Like you have to give proper commit messages, because you can give anything, but if you are giving it a proper, like I'll show you my codes. So this is a my code. See, I have given one emoji. This is, and I have given init. So I am initializing a React Native app. So like splash screen, I am adding optimized splash screen. So I have made custom emojis, and with that, like I am adding it proper messages. So if you are adding a proper message, the recruiters will know that you know each and every meaning and everything. And this get ignore means when you are doing get add, so it won't include all these files like node modules folder, expo folder, npm debug folder. All these it won't take into consideration. So using get commit, you can commit it, and get push origin master. You are saying that get push, like throw it to the main repository with origin. Origin is your this URL, and main is the master branch. We call it master many times. Like first it was master as default. Now GitHub has said that it will be main. So just the name. It can be any branch. You can create a branch from here. So I have given master is the default branch. So master. So whatever you commit first, that will be your default branch. So main or master, anything. So this is something how you push, like initialization. The step number one. He has pushed. Now everyone will pull. So using pull, you will first get remote add origin, get branch. You will just skip this for now. Get push, not needed. You can just do a get pull. Suppose I want to download this. So I will just copy this, go get pull and paste this. So what it will do is it will take all the repository code and it will download it in mine. So this is how you download it. So you have understood pushing and pulling. So suppose I have made some, like they have all downloaded. Second thing, pull. Now he has pushed, he has pulled. Now these three guys, one has done worked on login page, one has worked on sign up page, third has worked on dashboard page, and this guy is working on logout. So now this guy will push, and these guy will take a pull, like all three. So what will happen when once he pushes, like initialization will be done only once. Now he pushes using get add dot get commit get push. So these three commands he has done and push. And now everyone will take a pull using get pull. So what happens, like I have pushed my code and now everyone has the code with the latest code. So now he can make again changes and push it and everyone can again download it. Like download means pull. So I will use upload and download for now. Like these guy will upload and all will download. This guy will upload and all will download. So get pull origin, you have to do it in like minimum intervals. Like whenever you sit for coding, just do a get pull origin master. If you are collaborating with anyone, if they have uploaded any code, that will come in your code. So now what happens if I have also changed on login page and he has also changed the same code? So there will be merge conflict. That's why I said whenever you start coding, just take a pull so that whatever changes are there on the GitHub, you will get those and now you can edit it freely so that conflicts don't happen. So this was basics of GitHub. Now you can study GitHub of your own. Like I've just given a short introduction, and if you want to have much more dive deeper, you can. I will provide you resources with it. Since it is a web development course, so I won't dive much into deep into GitHub for now. So that was all about GitHub. So let's start with web development. So this is a basic thing, GitHub. You need to study it by the next class so that you are like make yourself comfortable. Make n number of repositories. You can delete them, no problem. Just learn how to take a pull, how to take a push. You can make groups even. Like two guys can add collaborator. Like okay, I forgot to tell you about collaborators. Like I told you about four people, but how this guy can give access to these three guys. So if I go at Insolver, suppose I will go to settings. I will go to manage access, type my password, and I can invite anyone, like for anyone, suppose tech table. So there is not any name, so I can like invite anyone. So just type the username over here and invite it. So this was about GitHub. Let's go to okay. So web development, we will be basically dealing with HTML and CSS and JavaScript for now. So I'll go to projects, make a folder called anything tech table, make a folder called D1, right click, open with code. You have got VS Code. Now I will create a new file index.html. I'll make a new file style.css. Okay, style.css. CSS script.js. So these are my three different files. These are the syntax like extensions you will get. Like I am typing HTML, so it showed me three. I'll choose HTML5. It will give me a like skeleton. So that saves my time. So I will explain line by line. Doc type HTML tells that it is HTML. HTML language, it will tell that it's in English language. Head. So all the like scripts, if you are including any scripts, if you are including any style file like CSS files, you will do in this. All the meta tags, title tags, everything. So title, I will right click the live server. This is the live server extension which I told you. So I don't need to refresh it. So this document is the title which this appears like Kelly paint tool. So I will change it to Harsh. So now what happens is I'm not reloading or anything, Harsh. So this is the document title. So I'm closing the head and body and HTML. So meta tags are, it tells the encoding, UTF-8 is the encoding. And viewport is like set for mobile responsiveness. Like it is the initial scale to 1. If I'm giving it 0.5 or anything, the scaling will change accordingly. So coming down, not going into too much basics, then I will open this W3 Schools. So W3 Schools is a very good platform where you can see the content, like you can see what all things are there in HTML. So I'm just taking an example of like basics. I'll just teach from here. So there are tags like H1 tag, P tag. So H1 is like H1 hello. So there is H2 tag like H3. I'm skipping H2. Similarly, H7, H6, A, B, C, D. So just see the difference. I'll open with live server. So H1 is a bigger. This is according to the numbers. It comes like smaller and smaller and smaller. So these are the very basic thing which you can read from W3 schools like H1, H2, H3. This is the paragraph. A tag means links. So href is like basically whenever I am clicking on this, I will open this link. So href means reference, where it will refer. So this is a link. When we click on this link, like this text, and it will go to this link. Like you find it now, key like uh, click here, like click here. In many emails or anything, it is written like click here. So how does that work? It is given href. So when you click this, I will open this. If I am giving a target underscore blank. That means a new page, blank page, like new tab. So that was about a anchor tag. So images are SRC. Similarly, you can study it. Like SRC says that W3 schools.jpg, it tells the where the location is there. Alternate is alternate if this is not available. Suppose I'm doing a spell mistake. Sorry, I'm doing some spelling mistake in the tag. So it is saying that this is not available. This is the alternate tag for this. Width and height. These are the properties which we'll dive deeper on later on. So something like this. So yes, I told you about H1, H2 tags. BR tag is break. So I want to give a break between defined. So I will, it is a line break. So it gave a line break. It can be nested even, like nested means like you are nesting it, right? Body, and there is a body inside it, you are giving H1. So this is called nested. So they are called something called divs. So basically a division, you can make several divisions. Like I'll make one over here, div, and I can make a div again inside this, again inside this, so and so on. I can nest it, I'll format it. So div inside a div, inside that a div, and I will close this div and again one div, and I'll finally close everything. So this is called nesting, and you can apply styles to every different div. So this one I will give background color white, this one blue, this one red. So accordingly, like it will change. So divisions, we can make several divisions. Like a room has many divisions. Yes, there's one bed, there's one side table, there's one cupboard. So and everyone has different colors. So you can do it similarly. Basically, if I am using again paint, there's one box. I am making four divs. This is one is red, this one is pink, this one is blue, this one is anything like green. So these are the four colors. I can give like this div a color, this div another color, this div another color, and it can be like similar. So it won't be divided into like right, left, top, bottom. You do it using styles, which we will talk about later. I am just telling that we can divide it and we can place them like you go right. I will say them you go left. So these two blocks will be separated and you can see both differently. Okay, so there are two types of tags. I forgot to tell that. And this one is closed like div and div. I can give something inside and close it. But this break, which I told you, this break, this is one single. This is called single tag, which can't be closed. So basically, this is only one. And like the p tag, I've closed it using a backslash. So coming to attributes, like these are very eight standard things. You can study about these HTML, like this is very basic. So not diving much into deeper. So there are three ways you go in CSS. Like all these things are simple. So I'm diving into CSS. We can go with HTML along with CSS. So going with CSS, I can give like I was talking about making four divisions, right? Like four divisions with red, blue, white. I'll do it here. So I'll make a div with class equal to 1 a1. Okay, inside that I'll go and make a div of class mm, top right, top left, top bottom right, bottom left. Okay, and I have to say that this CSS file means there is no linking right now. Okay, so I will give a linking to CSS file. So link REL's the style sheet. CSS files are called style sheet. So that I'm telling that it is a style sheet and href to style.css. href again is reference. So reference to style.css. So I will just run it right now. I can't see anything because there is nothing. There is nothing inside the div. So I will just give it now. tr background color aqua top right top left background color. Okay. Classes starts with a dot. Whenever you are styling them, you have to start with a dot. So there are two things, classes and ID. So for example, there is a class of 50 students. So you can give a common like A1 section to everyone, right? So classes are for multiple and ID is for single, like you have a roll number. So that is specific to you. So this is called ID. So ID slash is starts with hash and classes starts with dot. So this is a dot, and if you are giving it that ID, then it will be slash. Okay. So again a dot, background color, blue violet. Yeah, again I'll just copy it for faster development. And bottom right, bottom left, green, yellow. Now also you can't see anything because there is no width, no height. So I'll give a width 100 px, 200 px, and height 200 px. I just copy paste everywhere. I'm making squares. So pixels. Px stands for pixels. Yes, I can see four divisions. But wait, I'm seeing it like one, two, three, four in vertical way. I want to like give one, two, three, and four, like horizontal and vertical both. I want to form a square with these squares. So I'll give a float. I want to float it left, I mean right, because it's right. I want to float it left. I want to again float it right. I want to again float it left. So nothing happened. Why? Because so okay, I'll give you an example of ID. Suppose I'm giving this as ID. So I have to give hash a1 width max of px 500 px and height 500 px. Okay, so now I'll show you debugging. Like I can't see this. Okay. Okay, so I want to join this. So why it is happening? I will press Control Shift I. I'll open this developers tool. I right click on it or inspect. You can do two options. So you can see these. Like this is the TR, this is this, this is this, this is this. Okay, but why the extra space? This white space. So this is, I guess width is more. I want to make it 400 px. Or I can increase it using the upper arrow, decrease it using the lower arrow. So yes, now it is fine if I give it 400. So I saw that 400, it's working fine. So I'll just go over here, change it to 400 px. So now if I see this, it is working fine. So yes, this was how CSS works. So this is there are many other properties like color, size, and many more. You can learn about these using a W3 schools. So there are many things using which margin and padding and everything. Okay, so margin and padding, I will tell you two examples. The outer space. Okay, this is a box. If you give it margin, so means outer side from this, from this, from this. Like this is your browser. From the outer side, it will get margin. And suppose there is one hello world written hello written over inside this. And if you are applying margin to this box, I'm talking about the box, so it will take from the outer part. And if you are applying padding is inside this. Okay, padding, I will give you an example using padding versus margin. We go to images. Yes, this. You can see this, right? Between two boxes there will be margin, and inside, if there is two box inside, like uh, there is a room, inside that room there is bed. So distance between room and bed, that is called padding. And distance from the hall to like the outside area to your room, that will be called as margin. See, basically this is my box, a yellow box. I am applying yellow box margin, so I'll get this orange distance as margin. Inside the green is the padding, because it is the inside content. It will push the content inside the padding. It will be inside the border and margin will be outside the border. So that's, see, all these you can just Google it if you have any doubts. Padding versus margin. Go to the images part, you will see many things. All these diagrams. So this was about padding and margins. Similarly, there is something called display. So I'll tell about display now. Position. Okay, I will just start out position right now. Position. I wanted to talk. Okay. So position stick, position fixed, position. Hmm. So position absolute, what is it? Suppose this is my screen. I have placed these buttons at the top right corner. So I won't give it like pageant 30px from left. Like I won't shift it like slowly. I will give it as top 0px. Top will be 0px, and this is the rightmost top corner. So right is also 0px. So see, right 0 and top 0, it will move it to top right. So using this position absolute, absolute means this is absolute to the screen. So the screen, I will give this screen as relative. That means relative to me, all the absolute will be placed. And suppose if I don't give the relative will be default to the biggest element. So I am giving absolute. So basically I'm getting this as absolute body, and this is placed at top 0 and right 0, and its width is given as 200px, height is given at 100px, border is like this. So that's why it is over here. I can change it to bottom. So what happens? This will come over here, right to left. So here. And one thing is this key, everything starts from your left, nothing starts from your right. So if you are not giving anything, like I'm removing this left or right thing, so it will be here only, because its default is from right and top. These are your default values. So I'm removing the bottom, where it will go at the top. So this is how styling works, CSS. So I won't be talking about these right now. So next is okay. So I know that this will work. Hold on. I'll just open it again with Slide Server. Okay, so in my phone, if I see, let me change it, like make it 800. I'll replace it with 400px using Control H. So yes. Okay, it is big. Okay, it looks good in desktop, but in phone, no, it is not looking good. So what I will do is I will use media queries. @media max width, suppose 800px. This is the device. Like if it is lesser than 800px, I am giving maximum width. So maximum width is 800. If it is less than this, the inside things will be applied. It will be applied if the screen width is less than 800px. Okay, so there are many more, like you can watch it in W3 schools again. So media queries. So all these you can see, like minimum width means the minimum height and minimum width, everything you can use using this. So I want to change it. So I'll just copy paste everything inside this, and I'll delete all these. We don't need these. I will just give the things which I want to overwrite, not the full thing again. Okay. So this is again 400px, and I want to make everything as 200px because I want a smaller boxes, right? So again, it will be similar as previous one which we were doing. So yes, let's check it out if it is working. We see that it's working. It is coming 200, and here why it is not working? Okay, it is working. If I press this, and, 1 minute. You see, as you see that I have changed it to min. So what happens is it will be the opposite. If the width is like more than 800 px, then this will be applied, else that these will be applied. So always use max because you are writing media queries when smaller is there. I'll change it to max.
सर प्लीज मीडिया क्वेरी दोबारा बता दीजिए.
What?
मीडिया क्वेरी.
Okay. So media queries mein what I told is it is for mobile responsiveness. So if I'm giving max width 800 px, so it will be applied if the screen width is less than 800 px. So agar like this, if the screen is like more than 800 px, so it is not any problem. But if the screen is reducing, like I'm reducing the width, wait, my laptop is lagging since morning. Okay, now the screen width is 400. Right. So now this will be applied to these one. Suppose I'll change it background color. I'll change one. Suppose pink. Just a minute. See, it got changed, right? So this is how media queries work. My laptop is very slow, so that's why. See, it is not coming pink in desktop view, but it is coming in mobile view. So this is how you can change the styles using media queries. So these were the CSS part. So coming to JavaScript. So HTML, CSS are very basics. So these you have to study of your own today after the class, like all the things. Go to W3 schools. Like it will take 30 minutes for HTML and 1 hour for CSS. So 1.5 hours total. You have to study these, like what are colors, what are, just go through it. If you have knowledge, don't need, no need to study. But if you don't know anything about these, like what are HTML, what are CSS, so you can just go through it. You will get to know everything. Like these are very basics. So these are the fundamentals, like building blocks for web development. Without these, any nothing can be done. So coming to JavaScript. So I told you about functionality. So I'm what if like I'm using this buttons. They are buttons. I'm typing over here, pressing a send button. Okay, zooming a screen. Just a minute, I will check the all things. Working example stepwise. I showed it. I'm not getting it. What is the problem, Sambhav? Like, can you tell me? If
सर
you,
my query solved.
oh, okay. So you understood it, right? Any problems or any queries now?
No sir.
Okay, so till now, anything that you didn't get or anything like, you can ask your doubts now. I think it will be better to ask doubts right now. Like in HTML, CSS, if any doubts or anything about GitHub, you can ask me right now. Though three topics are covered, we can discuss it.
Can you please show how to insert images?
Okay, sure. So images, I'm taking a Google image for now. Suppose bike image. So I'll just copy it, the image address. Okay. So after this, I'll just go down and the src equal to the image. Alternate is hello image. Suppose anything. That is the alternate. Always practice good coding practices like giving alternate tags to images. It improves the SEO. What happens if your image is not loading? It will give you the alternate tag. So this is why we give alternate tags. It improves the SEO. It gives you good coding practices as well. So this is the image. I can resize it using width 10 px suppose. So it will be very small. Okay, this is a very small one. So similarly 100. So 100 px. So this is fine.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Any other doubts, anyone? If no, you can write a no in chat. Just spam no.